ambitious sustainable action cannot be postponed, but instead must be accelerated in time of crisis. Daring cities are finding ways to embed climate action in the heart of their COVID-19 recovery plans, and they prioritize equity-based approaches in order to alleviate the social inequalities and vulnerabilities in their communities.
It's all of us, starting in 2012, working at the local level to contact our heads of state and all those representatives that came to Paris. We worked so hard for going on 2.5, heading towards 3 years from 2012 to 2015 to show the local government support. And we all came together in Paris at Paris City Hall to sign our support of the document to move it forward for the Paris Climate Agreement. And again, we are continuing to work on it.
There's no better way to advocate multi-level, multi-stakeholder collaboration than leading by example. In Bonn, we have been walking the talk since the 1990s. We have declared a climate emergency last summer and shortly after committed to achieve climate neutrality by 2035. When I took office on November 1st, our civil society had already actively engaged in a process leading us towards this goal.
I'm happy to join this session today, not only as the mayor of the oldest city in Finland, but also as one of the over 500 cities and regions within the network of Iclei, local governments for sustainability, which have already announced commitment to climate neutrality before 2050. We are encouraging and speeding up each other and following on our progress through CDP Iclei Unified Reporting Platform. Turku also welcomes Iclei's climate neutrality framework, including drastic reductions, divesting, reinvesting, and offsetting as a solid guide for all cities and regions around the world, facilitating their access to Race to Zero campaign.
Fossil fuels, they're still a part of our lives, but they are a thing of the past. They are not taking us where we need to go. In fact, they're endangering the future of our children and grandchildren. So what can we do? What can every one of you do right now? Start the process of ending your investments in fossil fuels. We did it in New York City, and we found a world of positive opportunities in renewable energy, better options, more reliable options, safer, greener options. This is where we all need to go. And by our action, by our leadership, we will help the whole world move towards that greener future.
Quero também fazer um testemunho aqui no Recife, que a gente fez a decretação do reconhecimento da emergência climática global. Isso foi muito importante para o engajamento de pessoas aqui da cidade e também a utilização da crise climática, do enfrentamento às mudanças climáticas como parte da matriz curricular, né, nas nossas escolas. É uma das matérias que os alunos têm nos estudos que eles fazem a partir desse ano de 2020 na escola. Isso também é uma coisa muito importante.
La pandémie de la COVID-19, en plus de bousculer nos habitudes et notre économie, nous invite à une réflexion sérieuse quant à notre rapport avec la nature. Il est grand temps de repenser la relation entre les humains et la nature et de poursuivre un développement qui respecte les limites de notre planète. Les villes sont à l'avant-scène de cette réflexion et de cette mobilisation et sont déjà en mode action.
We know Africa is the world's fastest urbanizing continent and captures a majority of hotspots on climate emergency and social stability. But we also know that less than 3% of global climate finance flows to sub-Saharan Africa, and it's almost impossible to find out how much of this 3% flows to the local level where climate finance is needed most.
As Iclei's Global Ambassador on Innovative Finance, I am proud to announce that Iclei will elevate local climate ambition from hundreds to thousands of cities and regions. Initially kicked off in Paris in 2015, Iclei's Transformative Actions Program, or TAP, will match local climate action plans with innovative national, regional, and global climate finance.
In Pittsburgh, we're looking across all of Northern Appalachia and looking for cities to partner with us on a new American Marshall Plan, a plan that will invest in the areas that will be hurt the most from the transition of fossil fuels to renewable energies, and allowing those areas to get a head start in building out the industry of tomorrow.
The 2030 Agenda speaks of leaving no one behind. This can also be interpreted as all hands on deck. Our universal ambition and action are needed now. 2020 is a pivotal moment to steer the coming decade of action into a decade of results. I'm in, Bonn is in.